The Jacobite Steam Train is Scotland's most famous train. Having starred as the Hogwarts Express in the Harry Potter films, this train was originally created to draw tourists to the Scottish Highlands. So that is what we are doing this week. We are taking the Jacobite Steam Train from Fort William across the Lochaber countryside, passing through Glenfinnan and its famous viaduct, and onwards to Mallaig on the coast. We start today at Fort William Railway Station. Fort William Station acts as the main railway station for Lochaber, with ScotRail services to Mallaig and Glasgow. The Caledonian Sleeper also operates out of Fort William with services to London Euston, but we are here today for this. Operated by West Coast Railways, the Jacobite Steam Train is easily in the running as one of the most famous trains in the UK.
Of course, this train needs no introduction, largely because of Harry Potter, which is how this train became world famous and is probably one of the most famous trains in the world. So that base's covered for all you Potter fans out there. Of course, as always, the Scottish weather just isn't playing ball with us today. When is it ever? So, dear. Oh well, just get a shot of the engine before we get settled in and set off.
The engine pulling us today is an LMS 4871. This is different from the GRW Class 5972 used in the Harry Potter films. That locomotive is currently on display at Warner Brothers London studio.
Oh, I love the smell of coal in the morning. Sure said that about diesel the other day.
Getting on board, you're in first class, which has tables laid out in a 2-1 configuration.
Okay, so I just have to change seats because it turns out I went to the wrong seat originally, but we're in seat now. Still got a good window.
Before departure, cups were left at each seat, as well as shortbread. We were also just in time to catch the Caledonian Sleeper arriving into Fort William from London Euston. I love the decor in these Mark I carriages, and once everyone got settled in, we departed from Mallaig. After departing the station and travelling through Fort William, the trolley service was started. Complimentary tea and coffee was also handed out from the trolley. The service from the staff was great, and not a weird tasting jelly bean in sight.
Takes quite a bit longer than the normal ScotRail service, as you can imagine it being a steam train, but you can't beat views like that.
And on the viewfront, this train ride promises not to disappoint. Even before leaving Fort William, you get some fantastic sights. After passing through some beautiful landscapes, we approach what is one of the most famous bridges in the world. Passing over the Glenfinnan viaduct really is something, and after we pull into the station sharing the same name, the only official stop on the Jacobite service.
Okay, so we're being let onto the platform for a little bit, so just go and have a look at the train from there.
Right, so this is Glenfinnan station. Other than the bridge and that, which is an old sleeper car. It's fairly standard Highland station. We did go and see what that's about. I'm quite interested at that sleeper car over there, but yeah, fairly standard Highland station, but the views are absolutely gorgeous. And I think the rain's about to close in as well. Yep, as predicted, that's the rain on. Engine here for clearing snow. Got a dining car up here. Actually appears to be open, but I don't think we have enough time to get any food. Weather's a bit horrible now. It's that fine rain that goes through all your clothes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get back on board and get into the dry and the warm, because this is now becoming quite unpleasant out here. Great train ride though, but the weather's being a bit unpredictable. Rain's just started, so back in. I think we're about halfway to Mallaig now, so not too bad. Not making too bad time for a steam train.
Departing Glenfinnan, we continue on through Lochaber, and to be honest, this is where Lochaber scenery becomes absolutely epic. So I'll shut up and let you enjoy it. Getting to the coast, the track turns north on our way to Mallaig. Thanks mate, you have a good one too. And I also wonder if this guy stands out every day for the steam train with this sign. Pulling into the port town of Mallaig, the train stops here for roughly 1 hour to allow the engine to change directions.
So there we have it, the Jacobite Steam Train. What do you think of that? Well, we've got about half an hour to wait until we have to go back down to Fort William, so let's go and see what we can do in Mallaig. Okay, so what I did try and do, which was recommended, was this wildlife cruise that it takes 1 hour that they time to be back for the train. So you're The train gets in 22, wildlife cruise at 2:45, and then yeah, it gets back in time for the train departing. So yeah, I pegged it from the station to here, but because of the weather today, they've all been cancelled, unfortunately. So yeah, I think I might just get a spot of lunch. But yeah, if you're ever on the Jacobite Steam Train, I would recommend this if you've only got the 1 hour, if you're going and coming back the same day. If you've got the 1 hour, come and do this. It's a good shout. I would definitely do it. I came to do it, but the weather's playing against me, as it always does. I think we're just cursed on this channel with the weather, unfortunately. But anyway, let's go get some lunch. Okay, so just had a quick plate of soup and a coffee. I'm gonna head back to the train now, get back on board, and head back up to Fort William.
I should mention now that the Jacobite also has an onboard gift shop. It is a really nice little shop, and if you're a Steam Train or Harry Potter fan, you'll definitely find a keepsake here.
So as you can see from that footage there, the engine is moved from the front to the back and is now going to be pulling us back to Fort William. We're also in a different carriage, because what they do is, when you book a table, if you book a 2 people to a table or 4 people to a table, the tables are actually on opposite sides in 2 different carriages, so people can get all the views throughout the whole journey if they're doing the return journey. So I think that's quite a good system to allow people to see everything. Yeah, so let's get back on board, head back up to Fort William. Don't know if that's shut properly. Right, settled in.
As people make their way back on board, the ScotRail service from Glasgow and Fort William arrived into Mallaig. It's also in Mallaig that if you pre-ordered any food or drink, that is brought to your seat. I went for the high tea, which had a scone with a selection of cakes and sandwiches. It was honestly very nice. And after everyone got settled in, we began a return trip to Fort William. And even though we are on the other side returning, we are once again in for some jaw-dropping scenery. On the way back, we had a 1 hour extra stop at Arasaig station due to a fallen tree on the line. If you're enjoying this video, please consider becoming a Patreon. The link is in the description, and everything you donate goes back into creating content like this. Once the tree was cleared, we were once again on our way back to Fort William. Crossing the River Lochie and back into Fort William, we get a nice view of the old Inverlochie Castle. This, however, marks the end of our journey on the Jacobite Steam Train. This to me has been one of the best train rides I've ever been on, and I can see why it is always fully booked. If you can, get yourself on this train. You really won't regret it. It should also be said that sadly there have been some issues with the train in recent months regarding the implementation of a central locking system, but I am certain it will all be worked out in due course. We pull into platform 1 at Fort William just in time for the rain.
Oh, so there we have it. The Jacobite Steam Train, or the Hogwarts Express for you Harry Potter fans. Anyway, guys, what did you think of that? I've got my high tea, gonna take it home and have it on the way home. Yeah, what did you think of it? I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Definitely one of the most beautiful railways I've ever been on. But yeah, you let me know what you thought down below.
What did you think of this train ride? Was it worth it? If you did think it was worth it, then you should check out this video here to see some of the other steam trains in Scotland. And of course, if you like this video, please consider subscribing. And as always, we will see you all in the next one.